guess what happened? This woman, she scolded me. Scolded. I know where straight to go now because it's the same bank that blacklisted my husband. I know Hi family, welcome to my Rose at Home, another video, and I hope you're all doing well. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning back in, and if you're a new subscriber, thank you for watching. And I hope you're going to enjoy the content of this video. So in today's video then, I'm going to be talking about the challenges and that we faced when we tried to install Wi-Fi when we were in Zimbabwe in August last year. So if you haven't watched one of my videos, it will show you when we visited Zimbabwe and we were trying to install Wi-Fi into our property. But we did face quite a lot of challenges, and I'm going to tell you the experience that we went through, and then after that I will let you know of the solution on how we managed to overcome that obstacle. It was quite a big obstacle. Yes, yeah. So we applied for Wi-Fi, and then the company that we applied for then said to us it will take 3 working days. And then we waited. After 3 working days, 4 working days, 5 working days, weekend came in, there was no contact. So I had to chase them to ask them where we were at with our application and when the Wi-Fi will be installed. And then they told me that we needed to have an assessment to ascertain whether our property was going to be feasible or if it was possible for the internet to be connected. So then after pushing them, I think after 3 days of chasing them up every day, they then rang me to say they will be sending workmen to assess. The workmen came in, instead of assessing, they actually installed the line. And then they said we needed to pay $120 for the router, which, because the router was in the room, I could see it flicking and flicking. I thought at least we can have Wi-Fi, because at that time I needed to upload another video. And the previous one, due to what was happening in Zimbabwe using Econet, I had used almost 50 gig to upload a 3 gig video, which was quite a lot as well. So I did struggle to upload while I was in Zim using the mobile internet. So then they installed the router. It was blinking, gave us all the passwords and everything, and then said what we needed to do at the time was just to go to the offices and pay for an installation charge. So we then thought, okay, it was a bit late that day. So the following morning, we then went to the offices, and there was this woman who was serving us, and I explained that we had come in to pay the installation charge, which was, I believe, $69.99. I keep getting, because at the moment I'm dealing with dollars and pounds, so apologies because I keep getting in and out of pounds and dollars, and sometimes I get it wrong, so I do apologize. But it was, yes, indeed, $69 for us to pay for the installation charge. And you guess what happened? This woman, she scolded me. And I was asking her why, but that's what we were told by your colleagues who visited our property yesterday. And then she scolded me. I shouldn't have let them install anything. They don't install until a credit check has been performed. And then I did ask her, can you let me know what to let me know what was the normal process, so that next time, or if I need to advise others in the future, so that they know the normal process. And she said, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hopefully So she was asking me that it needed to go to the to the financial credit bureau, and then they will run a credit check. And if we've passed, that's when then they will be given the go-ahead to install the Wi-Fi. But it wasn't like a pay monthly Wi-Fi. It was a pay as you go. And I was querying, why would they need a credit check for a pay as you go? It's like a pay as you go, more boys. If you don't have money, you don't top it up, it doesn't work. But apparently, they do need to run a credit check for any financial services that they do in Zimbabwe. But I'm not sure whether it's all of them or just this company that we were working with or that we encountered at the time. So then I said to you, no, we don't have any, we've never took a credit in Zimbabwe. And then she said, okay, yes, yeah, we'll run the credit check and then we'll call you. So on that day, that's when we were visiting my parents in Glenora. If you haven't watched the video, I'll put the video there so that you can watch it. And then on our way back, I had the shock again, another shock. And she continued to scold me and she said, I'm not So I tried to ask her and she was saying, well, you were lying to us that you don't owe anybody any money, but you've been blacklisted and we can't proceed with the application form. So I then said, okay, so how do we rectify? Because as far as we are aware, we don't owe anybody anything, both myself and my husband. And she said, oh yeah, you need to go to this to this financial credit bureau, and then you can go there. They'll be able to tell you what it is exactly. So we then made our way, you know, you're sort of in the middle of something, so we stopped everything that we were doing and then we made our way there. I was so confused, and I'm thinking, well, since we left Zimbabwe in 2003, has somebody taken credit in our names that they haven't paid? So, you know, your mind starts racing and you're thinking as well, we're driving. But before we went there, she couldn't. Well, after she gave us the address, after a struggle, she gave us the address and then we went there. When we arrived there, at that financial credit bureau, it was first class service. I was so impressed because at the time I was so confused. I couldn't even pick the camera to vlog with you for you to see family, but I thought, let me just get this sorted. So we went in, we explained why we were there, and then they gave us an application form. So my husband filled in the application form because we had applied the Wi-Fi in his name. He filled in the application form and they wanted a copy of ID, which we used, and then we gave them within 2 minutes, boom, the credit check was out. And we found that, and then he went, before he gave us, I think he was trying to scare us, I don't know, but before he gave my husband the form, he went, oh, what did you do in 2004? And we are thinking, 2004, we were in this country. We never left the country that year to go to Zimbabwe. But apparently, which we don't know what happened, he opened an account in 2004, and yet he wasn't in Zimbabwe at all. And then he failed to close the account. So the balance on the account was 00, but because he failed to close the account, then he was blacklisted for that. For that reason, they couldn't go ahead with opening the Wi-Fi. But they were quite helpful. We did ask, so how do we resolve? Anyway, before I go there, so this financial credit bureau, I'm just going to read on my screen. They are located at 24 Harvey Brown Avenue, Milton Park in Harare, and they've got telephone numbers, they've got a website, and they've got an email address as well, which I'm going to put in the description box. By the way, this video is not sponsored in any way, shape or form, but as I promise, as I'll be traveling into Zimbabwe, going about with my business, building, traveling, and adventuring in anything that I find, I will be sharing the things with you. So it's not sponsored by them at all, but it's me just giving you information so that if you are in the same boat as me or you don't know, you'll be able to check. So then what they did, then back to the story, they then told us that we needed to go back to this bank, and it took us where they directed us. They said after standing, queues in Zimbabwe everywhere, there's a queue, standing in the queue for nearly, I think, 30 minutes. They told us to go to a different branch. We went to a different branch. They told us to go somewhere else. And then it was closing time, so we had to leave it until the following day. So the following day, then our time was closing in because we were closer to coming. And I think it was the day where I had my hair braided, and my daughters, which I'll link the video, while we were getting our hair braided in Harare city center, my husband then managed to find the place where he needed to go and get his name cleared. And then, like I said, queues. He was in the queue for nearly an hour, only to be told that he should have queued in the left side of the line. So he had to go again. And then eventually he showed them the letter, the credit check letter. And then they said they couldn't find the account. They could not find anything on the system at all when the account was opened or anything. So then he was charged $15 for that, for them to send a report to the Financial Credit Bureau so that they will be able to clear his name on the system. By the way, it's called Financial Clearing Bureau, not credit. I've been saying it wrong. I'm just looking at the form now. Yes, so they did send his information at the Financial Clearing Bureau, and then they said within 20 minutes they should receive a note on the system and they will clear his name. So that's when then it was cleared, and then the following day we managed to install the Wi-Fi. But it wasn't activated until we were actually back. But at the moment, from the people who are using it, it's working perfectly well. And it is quite good because we can actually monitor usage while we are here. We can top it up while we are here. So that's all working well, but it wasn't to start with. So then after we came back, I was thinking, before I left Zimbabwe, I had a lot of accounts. The ones for my son, I had opened quite a lot of investment accounts. You know, when you're trying to save, when you've got a little bit of money you want to save, which was all the money that disappeared with our economy. But what I did then, I reached out to the Financial Clearing Bureau, which they call FCB, not to be confused by FBC Bank. They are two different things. So this one is FCB, and there is a bank called FBC, totally different companies. So I emailed them asking if it was possible for somebody outside the country to get a credit check to make sure that they are not blacklisted by any organization. And this is what I want to tell you, the solution. And they were quite prompt in responding to me. They said, yes, it was possible. So they just said, what you need to do, they sent me the application form in the email, which I've got now. And then they said you will need to attach a copy of your ID. You fill in the form, you send it to them. So when I sent my form to them after I completed it took them less than 6 hours and I had the answer. So with mine then, after I emailed them, they then said, please find the attached report. Under reported credit events, there is a matter with this bank. Kindly contact them to resolve the matter, after which they will send communication to get your record updated. There is also an administration fee of 600,000, I think, Zim dollars, which can be paid by Eco Cash, by bank, by swipe, or a US dollar of 50, which can be paid in cash or bank transfer. And then they've put all their details, and they said not to hesitate to contact them. And once I've made the payment, then to email them the receipt, and then they will clear my name. But what they said, if it wasn't your fault that you were blacklisted by mistake, then you don't pay the 50 US dollars. And then it depends what you pay to the organization that's blacklisting you. It depends with how much they pay. In my husband's case, he was charged $15 US, which they cleared his name. So this is how you can resolve it. So you know, with us, and I believe most of Zimbabweans are in the same boat, where we opened the account, left the country, and never went back to those accounts. So please do email them, go and get yourself checked, because you might come a time where you actually want to do something that's really financial. We don't know where our country is going. So I'm talking to everybody who is watching this video to say it doesn't cost anything. It's for free to get a credit check done. Email them. I'm going to put the email in the description box. And then the application form, if you are watching me, you want the application form, please get in touch with me. I can send you the application form, or you can email them. Even on their website, the application form is also available on their website for you to email and just check. so that you can clear yourself. So in my case now, as soon as I visit again Zimbabwe, I'm just going to go. I know where straight to go now because it's the same bank that blacklisted my husband. I know exactly where to go. As soon as I land in Zimbabwe on my next visit, I'm going to get my name cleared because I don't know what I'm going to want to do in the future. Opportunities might arise that I might hinder me, and especially if you are traveling with the queues and the slowness of the process in Zimbabwe, it's better to get it sorted before you actually want to use it, so that you are in the clear all the time. So I hope this is the end of the video. I hope it has been informative to you. If there is any questions or queries that you want to know, please do comment below and I will respond to you. And I hope it's helped somebody, this video. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you again in the next video, where we are going to continue with the January cleaning, just tidying up the house and decluttering. So thank you very much, and I love you all. May God bless you. Bye.